Welcome back to CharacterSelect.
What happened to you? Looks like you ran into that creepy thing.
Nope.
Technically correct.
Kind of. A different creepy thing.
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the explosion. His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
Literally. It's not often you get to say that in a game and have it be literally true. Paul, don't worry about it. We're on schedule. Your time machine core from the university has been transported to HQ, and it's currently being installed in the new time machine we built for you. You'll have direct access to it from the CFR chamber as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access the CFR chamber from the time machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the machine can get to the CFR. Thought you'd appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is deploy the corridor. It's actually all hooked up now, but we're still running some final diagnostics. Tech should be ready with it before the gala's over.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
She asked him out to dinner, and he refused. He didn't even answer. Interesting.
Yep.
Paul spent a long time running Monarch in secret. It probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
Wish my memories about the end of time were clear, but it was anything but a clear time in my life, and the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines crashing together. I was running for my life the whole time, trying to avoid the shifters, not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel. And it didn't help that she kept chasing me, trying to kill me. Beth Wilder, one of my own people. It was her all along. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me, that she didn't have the powers I did. I knew she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I have no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. I suppose it should probably appreciate the irony that it was a chronon harness, my own chronon harness, that it gave me the idea for the lifeboat protocol. The idea that our technology should let humanity survive the end of time. I suppose I have her to thank for that, and she paid for her sins in the end, but she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I'd had an ounce of the control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to learn to control my abilities until much later. That was weird. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Jack. His mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. Is it just because that's the way he's always been? Fast on his feet, bold and adaptive? Or is the fracture affecting him, too? I thought we'd contain him. It's cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I will make again.
Exactly. You can't make the mistake again. It's different.
Dun, dun,
Well,
dun.
no, he's saying he tried to contain him and bring him to ground zero and lost him. But
I know.
And if you remember way back at the beginning, the intel on Jack was that he wasn't supposed to be chronon active for at least a day.
Paul saw what was coming. It broke him. He refused to believe that it could be changed.
Hey, look.
And he cast aside the only
2022.
people who could have convinced him otherwise.
What happened to 21?
I don't know.
Where is it?
Can we look at all of these? Hold on.
17 years he lived through twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. The end of time was supposed to happen in 2021. The end of time was supposed to happen in 2021. That's what Beth was talking about.
And it has...
Solution to fracture, earliest estimated delivery, 17 subjective years after end of time. Phase 3 complete, end of time prep. We were supposed to enter the lifeboat in 2020. Anti-shifter weapons delivery, lifeboat final construction complete. Phase 3 chronon tech, final stutter-proofing tech, final striker tech, final damper tech, final anti-shifter weaponry. Lifeboat entry. Stutters reach violent levels. He thought this was all going to happen over 5 years. And it happened in 24 hours.
Damn. Something's going fucky.
Now you've both been arguing that quantum ripple causality research subdivision has great potential and we should keep it funded. I must once again implore you to reconsider. I'll be the first to admit that the technology is impressive. In fact, its doctors, Morphin and Rangers could actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shifts within the Meyer-Joyce field is incredible. And the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing. But here's the thing. They've been at it for 2 years now and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept of the butterfly flapping its wings, but, well, so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is a result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it's utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led to me writing this email, and that's technically true, but so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum. It didn't come out of nowhere, so what's the point? We have no control over it, we don't get to direct it, we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they managed to automate the analysis of the fluctuation signatures within the Meyer-Joyce field is impressive, but again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks in the reports are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. The above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that may not be enough to sway you, but I have one final point which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money, though the entire quantum ripple causality research subdivision, the subdivision is costing us millions and millions of dollars. Doesn't really matter because I know we can afford that. However, there's a more vital resource they're consuming. Every time they fire up their rig and delve into the Meyer-Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. Those are a finite resource, and as you know, we are projecting that the ground zero's yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is, so let me put it in practical terms. Every time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime, minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we can't afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or the latest, during our next reorg. We can reallocate the resources to something useful, put Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we won't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronon. Except the thing is, the quantum ripples that they're detecting are Jack messing with time.
Yeah, which means that they didn't...
They actually did find something useful.
Yeah, they never failed. They were doing their job perfectly. He was the source of literally every ripple that occurred.
Right.
Which is mega significant. They just never knew that they could connect those two dots.
Whoa, what the hell?
It's the sound of a sliding door.
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire. But behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear.
Where's that Cronenberg news?
Is it up?
It says it's right the fuck... Oh. God damn it, I know where it is. It's in Paul's fucking bed. Hold on.
Curse.
Okay.
No, it's the painting.
Jack, I swear to God, climb up the step, please. Thank you. That's a messed up painting, by the way.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Oh.
Fire on the roof.
It's funny to me that in most games you would look at a skybox like that and be like, well, nothing's moving out there, so that's a shitty skybox. And in this game, it's like, nothing's moving out there. That's terrifying.
That's fucking sweet. Yeah, there was another thing in that room. Yeah.
Computer.
Dr. Amaral was the one thing keeping Paul alive, but reading through their exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
That's not my place to comment on.
Well, whatever. I believe this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time, and zero state is weak functions for disrupted blah. So Paul is dying faster because of the stutters. Treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him. Their effect is greatly diminished. And certainly may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often, the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself, aka chemotherapy. And yet I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid we might lose him. He sure did.
Yeah, look, ammo. That's always promising.
Stutter's done.
To be wearing that.
No, look, I can explain. Joss, Wheeler. I'm tech support. No, seriously. Just put the gun down, man. Joyce! Help! Charlie, get down. It's Joyce! Fuck him up!
Don't fuck him up! That's mean!
Come on, they're using him as cover. Don't shoot, Charlie.
I didn't. I shot close to Charlie.
Joyce, thank God. Shit, that could have been real bad.
You're Charlie.
Yeah. Let me get this door open.
Anything in here?
Yep, couple
Laptop.
computers.
Grumpy potato.
The lifeboat revolved around the countermeasure. He knew Will would try to take it back. That's why he was killed. He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
You do not touch the CFR unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumbshit who jeopardizes the only hope for a future of the entire human race because his mansplaining ass thought what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better. Self-improvement course down at the unemployment office, which I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted by those armed men. Christ. Another computerator. Sorry, Charlie. I just got to look through all of Monarch's secrets.
They'd stockpiled
I mean, he's
all
probably
the
gonna do the same.
particles from ground zero to keep the lifeboat running.
Enough to hopefully last until a proper solution was discovered.
We also realize the ongoing situation with Jack Cook Joyce constitutes an emergency and may require unconventional chronon particle investments. Just the same, we should be aware of the costs. So don't use chronon particles unless you have to. If you have to, use them.
Yep.
There you go, Joyce. Here's hoping you know what the fuck you're doing.
I don't have a fucking clue, man.
Me too.
Ooh, hold on.
Yep.
Is Buck's body still here?
There it is. CFR. Countermeasure. Whatever it's called. Help yourself, Joyce.
It's a little miracle. A task that I've been set my screen has up and running. There's a lot here. I'm not going to read it all.
Yep.
Wall of text.
Dr. Kim wanted to take it apart to find out how it worked, but couldn't. Because obviously, there's only the one.
Yeah, Will's a
Bird's
goddamn
body?
genius.
Data Samurai.
Knowledge is power.
We got all of the intel objects in the game.
Where's Burke?
Oh, he's in
Got
the
it?
back.
Get the
Yeah.
hell out of here.
Hold on a second, Charlie. What the hell? Who's this?
Something had gone down in that chamber before I arrived. Whatever it was bloody. I'd seen the dead guy before.
Liam Burke.
What the hell happened to him?
He met his match. Let's move on.
He met his hatch.
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture.
I just had no idea how.
Problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person
Oh
who
my
did
god. Oh my
was
god.
dead.
We have to go back in time and ask
Monarch had a way
Will.
of getting to him before that ever happened.
The university time machine. They've got the core here.
Can we go or what?
Backwards instead of forward.
I need to get to the chamber above.
No problem. Got a way up right here.
Thanks for the help.
No biggie. Make it count.
He sounds
Yeah.
so tired.
You're not coming?
Now I gotta get back down. Someone I really want to get back to. Good luck, Joyce.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Don't
Charlie.
let Hatch kill you.
Hey.
Warning, Chrono.
He might be
You go
safer
out
if he
there
fucking
anyway.
shuts this thing up.
Short version? I gotta go back in time and save my brother.
You're gonna go back in time, yeah, right. Whatever. Tell me, I guess.
Thanks, Charlie. You know what?
Catch you later, bro.
You were a good guy. Oh my god. Remember at the beginning of the game that guy got shot on the roof and nobody knew who it
Yeah.
was?
I've been calling
We're
it.
gonna
I've
go
been calling
back.
it this whole time that we did him going back in time and be the one that shot the guy on the
time
roof.
machine from the university.
Yep.
Hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control. But that gave me one last shot at fixing things.
I'm delighted that it really... I like the very satisfying thing about all of this game is that things keep coming full circle, and that's the most satisfying part of storytelling, is when threads you set up get resolved. And this game is built around continuously resolving them.
And then there's the other thing. The other interesting thing that I just realized is Will always said we had to get to his car because that we needed that to stop the fracture. But the countermeasure was never there.
So what's in the
Something
car?
in Will's car. What?
The thing in Will's car was the key, right?
I'm gonna have to fight a fucking shifter.
Gonna have to fight Hedge. Throw down with Hedge.
Oh, thank you.
Bueno.
Corvus
I know
said
you need that
machine was
carbine.
prepped. I had to put the corridor in place.
There's no more intel objects, so...
It just looks like a lot of combat shit.
This should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel.
Fucking Jesus!
That came quick. That guy, like, no-scoped. He just spawned in and shot.
Fuck you! Or not. Okay,
Doesn't
fine.
work on him. You know that it doesn't.
Oh, shit.
Should
Stutter.
probably put a shield down.
Stutter.
Stutters are scary. Say, during the stutters... there are still, like, your Coronon barrels. I wonder what happens if you shoot one while you're in a stutter already.
It doesn't work, remember? We tried that.
Oh, right, of course, yeah, they just don't explode.
Because a Chronon barrel causes a stutter, but if you're in a stutter, obviously nothing's gonna happen.
Oh, he did.
What? Yeah. Pop, open up the door, it's real.
You really think so, buddy? Fuck, they all just reactivated!
But you have to time stuff and, yeah. Oh, you don't have any shield juice left either. How about using your sprint shoes and getting back out?
Not you, not you. Thought I was using carbine, sorry. Okay. Can we stop shooting the time machine, please?
So many bullets.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna meet Paul inside the time machine.
Serious?
Kill.
Barrel up there.
Okay, two big guys. I got an idea.
Sprint punch, sprint punch. Oh, explosive. Thanks, that makes sense.
Oh shit.
Done.
Pachook, pachook.
Oh,
Fucking-
you're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
That's the right amount of sassy.
So much snark. Love it.
Oh man.
Like, I get that
Or at least
annoyed at animate objects,
at
to
the
be
time
fair.
the core was first activated.
I also
University.
just yell
Not much
at
time to
inanimate
rescue a
objects
brother.
all the time.
I didn't have a choice.
You better be as advertised.
So we're going back to literally the day before. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh boy. This is getting fucking intense, I'll tell you that.
Since that's the university machine, it can only jump back to the university time.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if you tried to use the time machine to jump past when the inner time happens.
So I think we're gonna come out at like the fracture happened at 4:15 and then Monarch burst in and all the bad shit happened. I think we're gonna come out at like 4:20, 4:25. Yeah, see?
Laser.
Like right after.
Targets have escaped the lab.
Have we?
Fellas,
Oh shit!
Damn.
Nice! We got ourselves a little bit of fucking badass moment. Are we throwing on a Monarch uniform, or are we still... Nope, just wholesale murdering a line of dudes.
Fucking done with this shit. Alright, next time on Character Select, welcome back to the beginning of the game. Sorry I paused it, but holy shit, I have to go to the bathroom again. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And I hope time doesn't stop while I'm going to the bathroom, or I'll be peeing for eternity.
That would be a really lame place to be frozen.
That would be a really lame, like...
You know what? Considering the way the end of time works, chances are that's going to happen at the end of time.
Yeah, there's going to be one person whose frozen, featureless face is forever going to be mid-squat.